Hey, brother, welcome to another day of walking in wisdom. And this wisdom is certainly not my wisdom, it's God's wisdom that comes to us in these short statements that we call Proverbs. And the word for the day is riches in Proverbs 11, verses 4 and 7, among many other passages in Scripture. Here's what it says: Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. Then in verse 7, the wicked dies, his hope will perish, and the expectation of wealth perishes too. Now, if you know anything about the Bible, you know Jesus comments a lot about wealth and riches. Not that they are evil, but often they screen us from the righteousness that God requires of our life. He tells the story about a poor man named Lazarus and a rich man. And the rich man was clothed in fine clothing, and he ate at a sumptuous table, and Lazarus served him. And when they both die, and Lazarus, the poor man, goes to Abraham, and the rich man goes to Hades, or to a place of torment. And he looks across this chasm, and he says, "Please dip your finger in the water and come and cool my tongue, because I'm tormented in this flame." And Abraham answers him, "I can't come over there." And so the rich man says, "Well, then at least send a warning to my 5 brothers and warn them not to live as I lived. Warn them to come before God in humility so that they won't come to this place." Well, obviously, the rich man's message has not reached our culture, because our culture is pursuing riches at all costs instead of righteousness. Jesus told another story about a man who had a bumper crop and filled his barns and tore down those barns and built bigger barns, but that night his soul was required of him, and he lost it all. And so these proverbs are so true of us, and we know them to be true, that when the wicked dies, his hope will perish, and the expectation of wealth perishes too. Now, not all wealth is wrong. Not all wealth is gained unjustly. But even those who are righteous and rich recognize that there are troubles that come with wealth. There are burdens and responsibilities. And even the rich come, when they approach their end times, they wonder, what should I do with all this wealth? Should I give it away? If I give it to my children, will it spoil them? Should I make a whole class of people who never know how to work or have ambition? What do I do with this? Wealth or mammon cannot solve the biggest problems of our life. And especially in the day of wrath, the place where we come in judgment, God says they are worthless. So one of the things we need to do today, again, as believers in Jesus, is to recognize our wealth is in Him. Our security is in Him. He made a way for us to not go to this place of torment. And that's by trusting in His righteousness to carry us. And that needs to infiltrate our ambitions. It needs to temper some of the chase that we give when we automatically think that more would be better. Not necessarily. Today, weigh your righteousness versus your riches, and seek righteousness out of the wisdom that God shares with us. God bless you.